I'm gonna bring up a couple names you might have heard of. Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and then just last week I saw an incident of a young lady with a knife that got shot by the police. You guys saw that? If I started talking about how it's horrible the way that police are treating our community, we will be joining the conversation that's already being had. I want to talk about something else that personally I think that we need to talk about. Prior to these events, the people that got involved in it had some decisions and some choices that they could have made, right? They always show the video of the police killing or hurting the black person. That's like programmed into us, right? We always see that. Last year, we saw George Floyd on the concrete with Chauvin's knee on his neck for 9 minutes over and over and over and over again. And I don't want to victim blame or victim shame, as they call it, and take the responsibility away from Chauvin, because he was wrong. I'm glad he got convicted. I hope he ends up getting a similar sentence that we would get if the shoe was on the other foot. So I agree with the decision. But after the decision was made, I was watching the news and I saw a video, and you guys might have seen it, where there was 3 officers trying to put George Floyd in the back of the cruiser. And one officer had his head on George Floyd, on his head, trying to force him in the cruiser, and he wouldn't go. A few minutes later, another police cruiser pulls up, and out gets Chauvin. So it made me question, what would have happened if he'd have just sat in the back of the police car and went downtown? Then I saw the video with the young lady, and the police officer was on the scene, and she actually had the knife in her hand approaching another young lady. Now, I don't know the story. I don't know if she was just defending herself. I don't know what it was. But she made a decision prior to the police coming up. And the police gave her some commands, right? Put the knife down. She was so angry. Like 0 to 100 real quick, right? That's where she was at. And the decision that she made, unfortunately, cost her life.
So I feel like with the whole, I'm gonna jump. I think her name was Micaiah. I don't know, but talking about the girl with the knife. So basically, I feel like there's a perspective when it comes to when an officer tells you what to do, especially if you have a knife. So I've done the research on this situation, and I feel like being at where was that she was protecting herself, okay, because she was about to get jumped by a group of grown people, okay. Now I don't know about y'all, but if you about to get jumped by people, period, you're gonna protect yourself by any means. Okay, now me,
Keep it covered.
yeah, I can put myself in her shoes, cause I go 0 to 100 real quick. I don't care if you trying to jump me or not. 1, I'm protecting myself at all costs. And 2, why y'all trying to jump me like y'all grown? Now I'm mad, and the officer trying to tell me put it down. But I feel like, yes, common sense, okay, because being that if you know what's going on in the area in our time now, in our generation, and being that the color of your skin is African American, you're black, then yeah, number one thing come to your mind, okay, let me put this down, because he got more than I got regardless. Yeah, but I feel like if she would have put it down, maybe this situation could have got de-escalated. But at the same time, I feel like the officer could have took it another way, just because they're adults. And some adults now, not all adults, they feel like, oh, because I'm grown, I know more than you. And you're automatically wrong. Whether you have a weapon or not, they're not going to see it as her defending herself. They're going to see her as a child with a sharp object.
I understand what you're saying, in y'all generation now, it's almost like, what do? You know what I'm saying? She called the police, but at the same time, this is what critical thinking come in, and it's 2 wrongs, because guess what she's supposed to do when the officer did? now it's authority here. Let me drop this knife because I know this gonna be a situation with this white man. You know what I'm saying? To lay this down, because even if I do get jumped, it's authority here. But it's a possibility I'm gonna still be alive. But by you not thinking it, because anger and rage is still at the people who jumped you, her decision making was terrible. And guess what? The officer decision making was terrible.
Yeah.
Because they not even thinking, they're not even minding and saying, okay, let me use the pepper spray or let me use the taser.
Right.
You have options to do what you do. The officer didn't even think twice when he pulled that gun and raged at that girl. All he seen was the knife, you black. That's what we talking about today in decision making and choices. Life can change in a matter of seconds. You can be dead, you can be here, but it changes in a matter of seconds. Decisions. I'd rather her take that jumping, that beating, so she can see a better day than to have to now her family got to bury her. You know what I'm saying? Behind this officer mistake of not, now he's messed up because he didn't even think. You had choices. Now here come choices. You had a choice to take, I'm going to tase this young lady or I'm going to use the stun gun. And you didn't do either A or B. You went straight for C and killed a really innocent, because it's a fight. You're authority. You can get in between women fighting.
Right.
But that's what becomes life lessons, man, because now 10 seconds of your decision just costs you your life.
What we're talking about is managing energy. Right? It's managing your energy. Your energy belongs to you, right? I always ask the question, what's the difference between a thermostat and a thermometer?
Yeah.
Right? The thermometer can only tell the temperature in the room. That's all it can do. It adjusts to the temperature that's in the room. So if you introduce a thermometer where the energy is high, the thermometer gonna read high, right? But a thermostat has the ability to change the temperature in the room. If you enter a room and it's too hot, you hit the thermostat, boop, 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 I'm gonna cool it off in here. So in this situation, the 3 young people came, or 3 old people came, right? And she felt like she had to defend herself because the energy that they brought was hot. So she was a thermometer in that moment. She matched their energy. Where if we think with a thermostatic mindset, she could have turned the temperature down. She had already called the police. The authority was already on the scene. She took some thermostatic strategy, but then she turned back into a thermometer. And it caused her life, right? So, you know, we don't want to talk about it just to be having conversation. This is real life application. This is choices, right? You've got to be in control of your own energy, so that you don't allow somebody else to get you up so high that now you acting out of character. Now you somebody other than yourself. You saying things that you don't even say. I always tease Icy with this. She's hashtag, I got time today. I got time today. Right? She hashtag turn up. Don't play with me. Right? But you've got to be able to manage that. It's nobody else's responsibility to manage your thermostat. Have you ever been to a place in a business or a school or something and they got that little clear box over top of the thermostat with a lock on it? The reason why that box is there, because nobody else has the authority to change the temperature in that room. You've got to put a lock over your thermostat. Nobody has the authority to piss me off, to make me angry, to make me pull my weapon, to make me get out of character. No, bro, you ain't got that kind of power over me. What I'm going to do is allow you to be stupid on your own. Just stay over there. Because there is a such thing called a red line, where I will take a page out of Young Icy's book and I will